I don't even know where I'm looking.
It's right there.
Oh God, I'm looking out here.
We're up in the mountains camping this weekend. Still working on my form after messing with it, redoing my draw length, my anchor point. I'm just going to keep solidifying that today and just kind of focus on getting quality reps in. Later on, I'm going to move this target behind some trees and some hairy situations and see if I can mess up or lose some of these arrows. 31 yards. So I'm rocking some different arrows because I increased my draw length so my other arrows did not fit anymore. So I grabbed some of my old arrows and I haven't changed my sight tape, typical of me. But it actually has seemed like it's pretty close to on with these arrows. So I think it is hitting a little left, but we'll see. Broke solid. It's been consistently hitting left the other times I was shooting, so we're going to give it a few clicks here. 8 clicks and hitting the same spot. Same spot, but high. So that was probably me. Trying to remember to pull back with my lats, new anchor point, keeping my shoulders rolled back, and letting my weight that I'm holding the bow and the release most of the weight go on my lats instead of on my shoulders. Obviously, it's going to put it on the shoulders as well, but and then as I'm pulling through my shot, try to just squeeze with my shoulder blades. So that's everything I've changed. I'm trying to work on now. Seems like I'm a little less steady and I get a little more tired, even though these are bigger muscles I'm trying to rely on. But I'm just not used to it. So just trying to find that comfortable, repeatable process. I'm just gonna give it a few more clicks here. See what happens. Still hitting left and high. This high mark is kind of annoying me, so let's just solve that right now. We're gonna go down to 29 for 31. 10 more clicks. It's eventually going to come back, but also these knocks are really tight on my string, and I'm not worried about it. I'm really just kind of trying to work on my form. I don't have any shoots coming up or anything, and I'm just limping through with these arrows. Next week I am getting a new arrow setup, so I'll show you guys what I'm doing for that. I think we finally found it there. Shots are feeling solid today though. New process is starting to feel a little more familiar. You can hear how tight those knocks are. Feeling a little more solid on that grouping. Next week I'm going to have these arrows built. I'm just going to go with the match grade Easton 5.0s. They're already fletched. The fletchings actually look pretty good. Factory fletched, helical, offset. Doesn't look like it's too far off from what I used to build them with the Bitzenberger. What I'll probably do is just see how I like those fletchings on there, and then maybe peel them off and put some new ones on, or just rock them the way they are. Alright, much better grouping on that one. A lot of clicks to get that dialed in there. Need to get a real field quiver. Been looking at the Kuiu field quiver, which I honestly, that wasn't on my radar until I had a few people talk about it, and it's relatively cheap too for having all the bells and whistles on it. 150 bucks. I'm not a huge like Kuiu fanboy, but it is mostly gear I have just because that's what I started with. Started accumulating. And then I also kind of want to support Archery Unfiltered. That dude's legit, and he's making field quivers, so I was like, well, it'd be cool to go buy him and support him. I wish he had a website that I could go order from directly, though, because I don't use Facebook or anything. So honestly, I probably would have bought it already if it was easier, but I'm lazy, and I haven't taken the effort to do it. These pocket quivers are legit. I definitely recommend these, especially if you're just doing shooting like this. Real low-key. I feel like a new age 20-year-old saying low-key. So in the recent form change, another thing, what I really, and you could probably tell if you look back at some of my other videos, but for whatever reason I just got into the habit, and it was working well with consistency, but I could feel it in my small muscles in my shoulder. It would feel like it's going to give out. But what I would do is I would drop my shoulder on purpose and really drop it in there. Someone kind of called it out on me, recognized it, so that was one of the things I changed. and it's been feeling better. And I think I could have kept doing it that way, even though it'd probably look weird to have anyone that notices, but more so worried about shoulder like health long term if I were to mess up some of those muscles from shooting too much. Whew. It came off my back wall. I let my arm relax too much, and it went forward and then went off. I haven't had that happen in a little while. Every once in a while I let that happen. I've been trying to be more proactive on being like pretty hard on my back wall, but I could feel that already getting a little fatigued in this shoulder, and maybe I'm concentrating too much on that one and letting off on this one. I'm only like 3 ends in, so it kind of shows just changing up the form can definitely make a big difference. Should I do the side load? Yeah, I'll twist my whole string if I do it that way. Vision is starting to feel a little weird. Need to adjust this eye patch. Starting to get that same issue I used to have when I would not use a blocker and close my left eye. Yeah, I think just tearing this a little bit blocked my left eye more. Actually felt better. Let's keep it together now. So far I'm liking these new System X strings. You know, I never did mention anything about it, but I've had 2 sets of strings now on this Hoyt Ventum where the serving would start to really separate on the bottom of the cam, and it would start to spiral and work its way all the way up to the point where it broke, and then it would do a little bit of it on top here as well. And what we were thinking, when we took a slow-mo video of it, and it looked like the groove that the string is sitting in seems like it's too small for the string size, and it's just kind of vibrating. When it's vibrating after the shot, it's going back and forth, and it's slowly working that serving out because it doesn't fit in there. So I've had the stock set of strings and then gas bow strings that both only lasted like a year and a half-ish. So I decided System X strings, they are more expensive. I thought about going with a different, more local or regional guy, but these strings have a few less strands, I believe, if I remember right. So the theory is that it will fit in there better and not have that issue. And also, I didn't realize it, but Gas has a 1-year warranty on their strings. So I'm going to pay attention, try to shoot a ton of arrows, and see if there's any separation happening before that 1 year is up. Had to deal with that a little bit with getting these new strings on. That's the main reason why I did put these new strings on. Otherwise, I would have kept rocking those others for my last strings for another year. They weren't in bad shape other than that. 2 right in there and another flyer. So I'm feeling good with my shot process and working my way through it. Other than these couple flyers I'm having, but is what it is. I'm annoyed with the vision starting to be weird again. I'm starting to get arm is a little shaky already, which is crazy, but just to keep working on it. We got an apple down there. It is, so I was just trying to cover it about halfway or a quarter, and it is it is covered like 75% or 90%. Can only see a sliver of that apple right now from my point of view. You guys probably can't see it from that camera. Obviously I got a couple other angles. Man, there's only like that much sticking out. Okay, so we put the apple behind the tree, covered about 80% of it. I can only see a sliver, but I'm gonna just go for it. Let's adjust the yardage maybe a tad. Now we're gonna leave the yardage where it's at, and I'm just gonna try to snake this arrow right in there. This is some total archery camping challenge right here, North Idaho edition. Okay, well, let's see how it goes. Hope I don't lose an arrow into the tree. I don't know where that hit, but it didn't hit wood. Oh, did that hit the apple? It looks like it literally just grazed the skin of the apple. I can't believe I hit that. Could barely see that apple and just sliced right through it. See if I can do it twice. See how many times I can shoot through that apple before smashing some arrows. Tad left of the apple. Playing it safe. Let's go full hog here. That one broke to the left as well. 1 apple core shot and 2 safe misses. So no broken arrows yet. Let's see if we can get another without kissing that tree. The apple fell too close to the tree.
That was my line.
TM. You didn't TM it. That one hit the tree, it sounded like. I can see a perfect hole slid out of the side of that tree. The broad side of an apple. Well, let's just send another one down there and see what happens. Since these aren't $25 arrows I'm shooting. I think that was another tree hit. That one didn't sound good either. I think that bounced off the tree and went and hit another one. I honestly kind of wanted to hit the tree this whole time. But I got the apple on the first shot. That's really all I cared about. And then we got a tree shot. We'll shoot the third arrow. A little bit of pressure so I don't do it 3 arrows in a row. Alright, well, that one was safe. That is a day of shooting and working on form and just having fun. Made the stakes a little higher towards the end. Thanks for watching. See you on the next. It's just like a caramel apple. You can just stick an arrow through it. Now I got 1 sticky arrow, sticky quiver. I'm surprised neither of those arrows broke. I think the flex on this one's good.